So from the grocery store to the newspaper to the television, there's lots of talk about great schools and failing schools. So what is this whole idea of a great school and a failing school? I kept kind of saying to myself, and it hit me last year as like the explosion occurred about the lowest performing school in the state of North Carolina. And so as I said to myself, well, don't we want a great school for every child? Isn't that our goal? So is there really good schools and bad schools? So as I kept thinking about that, I said, hey, you think you can do this? Maybe you might want to be the principal and work in a school like this. So at the time, I was working, and I was the director of human resources, and life was great. I got to meet a lot of people, I got to make a lot of community partnerships. So why in the world would I change and go in and do something that might be 5 times worth the work? Well, I kept saying to myself as I heard people have this conversation about, after I got the job, how are you going to fix this school? And I'm like, fix? This is not about fixing. So, because the terminology, when you talk about fixing something, that says it's damaged and it's broken. And I said to myself, this school doesn't need to be fixed. Our children aren't damaged. So what's a better way of thinking about it? So I said to myself, it's about healing. Because when we talk about healing, that talks about making healthy again, to bring things together, to mend. And so I've said to myself, the idea of fix and heal is very much synonymous with saving and serving. So as I asked people, as I took on this charge of restarting this school, the one question I asked anybody who wanted to be a part of the restart efforts, I said, are you here to save? Or are you here to serve? And if anybody said save, this isn't the place for you, because it's not about fixing our children, it's not about fixing our families, but it is about serving each other, serving our families, and serving our children. And so as I say this to myself and I think about this whole philosophy of save versus serve, I think about the Swahili term of Harambee, which means let's all pull together. And this work is extremely difficult. And when I say difficult, it is difficult. But one of the best things that I'm hopeful about, that I'm excited about, is that when we all pull together, not only do our children benefit, but our community benefits. And we can all come back and talk about this notion of good versus bad school is non-existent, because we will have great schools for all children. But wait, this is a community calling, because it's about moving away from it's their job to it's our job. And because to take something that has been persistently low performing for years, what you have to realize is the current capacity is not enough. And what you have to say to yourself is, what is the commitment that I will make? And everyone in the community has a commitment that they can make. And it doesn't mean you have to necessarily volunteer and go to the school. What it does mean is we work to shift the rhetoric about what we say about public schools and about what we say about being in the work together and how we lift up and we hold up the things about the schools. Because this work is our work, so I say, Harambee, who's ready to serve? Thank you.